What is this surcharge rate? The surcharge rate will be imposed in addition to the preferential and general duty on imported goods. The additional charge will be calculated based on the payable tax. The new rate has been imposed after relaxing import restrictions on 369 items that were imposed on the 10th of March. How does the new surcharge work? The Finance Ministry imposed a 200% surcharge on chocolate and other food prepared using cocoa. The surcharge imposed on imported cheese is 100%. This means the 1000 rupee tax on a kilogram of imported cheese is now 2000 rupees. The surcharge tax on cigars, cigarettes and liquor would be 100% in addition to the import tax. The surcharge rate on garments, electrical and household appliances have also been increased by 100%. The additional rate on several fruits, grains and flour would be 75%. Accordingly, the surcharge imposed on imported apples and grapes will go up from 300 to 600 rupees. The tax imposed on imported oranges, which stood at 200 rupees, has now increased to 600 rupees. According to the Gazette, the surcharge on products such as perfumes and items used for oral hygiene stands at 75%. The surcharge on items such as glassware, household items and sanitary ware ranges between 50 and 75%. The Finance Ministry said these taxes will be in effect for 6 months.
The tax concessions granted in 2019 resulted in Sri Lanka losing over 900 billion rupees of state revenue in 2020 and 2021, compelling the government to fund its large deficits by printing money. How will these taxes impact Sri Lanka's economy?
The tax changes yesterday can be seen to be moving closer to what the tax policies were prior to the 2019 changes. However, there are certain variations. For instance, if you're looking at the VAT rates that were imposed prior to the changes, they were at 15%. Yesterday, it was changed to 12%, lower than what we had previously, but it is estimated to bring in revenue of about 150 billion next year. Also, in line with the personal income tax rates, yesterday this was changed from 4% to 32%. Similarly, there was also the reintroduction of the withholding tax on income, which was removed in 2019. All this is estimated to bring in revenue of 20 billion next year. If you're looking at standard corporate tax rates, they've increased this to 30%. And concessionary rates on sectors like construction will now be taxed at 15%. All this is expected to bring in around 70 billion worth of revenue. All in all, these tax changes that will be imposed after yesterday will bring in 300 million estimated for next year.
The central bank yesterday announced that inflation in the Colombo district in May this year had risen to 39%, with food inflation surpassing 57%. How will the higher tax regime affect cost of living?
Unfortunately, it will add to the expenses to all of us, and this also at a time when prices are increasing already. However, this can be seen to be more preferable than the money printing that has led to high rates of inflation. Inflation acts as the most aggressive form of tax. This will be needed to help us achieve some sort of macroeconomic stability for the coming years. What is also important to highlight is that all these changes that are taking place, they need to take place within a robust program of economic recovery. This will help us to build credibility of the government in international markets, investors and multinational agencies like the IMF.